I'm about to tell you a story, but the story isn't original. It comes from 2,000-year-old biographies of Jesus, so I can't take credit for this one. It's Jesus's. It's the one about the guy who gives his investors some money. The Bible calls them talents of money, and that's about $1,000. He gives $5,000 to his best investor, $2,000 to his second best investor, and $1,000 to the intern. So the master goes off to sunny Iraq. Trust me, it used to be a better place. And comes back when he's gotten bored of it. He goes to his investors to see what's up. The first says, "You gave me $5,000, and now I have $10,000. The master gives a whoop and a holler. "Holy shit! That's great! You really live up to your name, don't you? Keep up the good work." The master then goes to the second, who says, "Well, you only gave me $2,000, so I didn't make as much as your hot shot over there, but now I have $4,000. "Are you kidding? You did wonderfully! You doubled your money, which is all that guy was able to do. You're gonna be big, kid. Keep up the good work." Then the master looked at the intern. He was an awkward kid, just out of college, thought he could take over the world, but he was a bit too snotty for anyone to really enjoy hanging out with him. The master trudged over to him. "Well?" The intern hanged his head low and stared at his desk. "Well, it was my first account. I was a little nervous to try investing it, and I didn't want to disappoint you. So I stuck it in a treasure chest and buried it. I like pirates." "Oh, so you didn't lose anything?" "There's more." "Oh." The intern pointed. "Your two investors are lying. They returned the finger with looks that said Ixnay on the Ainglay. They loaned out $7,000 to this guy who promised to pay them back twice as much, but then he went out and blew it all in Vegas and was killed the next day by a pimp because he couldn't pay for the prostitute he'd just fucked. Meanwhile, they borrowed $14,000 from a bank because they thought they'd get it back from that guy, and they didn't because he was dead. Because of the recession, they lost that $14,000 in a bad deal, so they couldn't pay back the bank, and the interest was really high and they couldn't make payments to the bank, so they borrowed from another bank to pay off that loan, but now their credit was bad and they had to borrow again from another bank to pay back that bank, and they kept on doing this until you got back." The master was mortified. "So you lost all my money?" The two accountants nodded, but kept their eyes to the ground. "How much do you owe?" "A little under $700 billion. The master stroked his chin for a minute. "Okay, well, I'm going to give you guys $700 billion to bail you out of this mess. There should be a little bit left over so you can go out and try again. After all, you are my star investors. I mean, I gave you $7,000 and you doubled it. Man, what a feat." The master turned again to the intern. "You, however, made nothing. You're going to be a terrible investor." So that's the story as far as I remember it. Wasn't it? I think that's how the story went.